Hey parents, hey, we're so excited that your students headed to Experience Weekend with us. My name is Kenny, I'm the student ministry leader here.
And my name's Sarah, I'm the Student Ministry Associate here at Crestwood.
And so this is just a helpful video. It gets you some important information for what you need to know for this weekend. And then also is a parent packet attached to any email that you're going to receive with some also helpful information. And so we're excited that your student's going. We believe this is a great weekend where God can show up in their lives and they can get connected to Jesus and one another. And so we're very excited.
So why we do this event, why our church does this event is because we love middle schoolers and we want them to have a connection with Jesus. So Experience Weekend is a place where the hope of Jesus will be clearly shared and no student will leave without knowing how much Jesus loves them and cares for them. And so we're super excited that we get to do this event, and there's just something special about getting to pull away for a weekend. You know, we hear this every week at MSM, but there's just something special about an event like this.
And speaking of MSM, if your student is not already connected, we'd love for them to be part of what we do here throughout the year. And so our MSM family meets every Sunday at 11:15 at the Crestwood campus. Would love for them to be involved.
So getting into Experience Weekend, the actual event. So drop-off is going to be at 5:15 on the Friday of Experience Weekend. Make sure you eat dinner before you arrive. We'll have pizza as like a late night snack around like 10:30, but they'll definitely want to eat dinner before that. So kind of how check-in's going to work, it's a little different than it's looked in the past few years, but you should get a QR code that day, and you'll use that QR code to scan and check in when you get here. If you have a girl student, check-in's going to be in the atrium, so we want you to enter into door 6, just come straight in the atrium. And then if you have a boy student, we want you to come through the cafe doors, which is door 5. So the check-ins will be separate, and we want you to go in those separate doors, so make sure to pay attention to that. You'll scan that QR code, grab your student's t-shirt and lanyard that they'll have for the weekend, and then they can go to sleeping areas to drop off luggage and set up their bedding. And so girls are going to be all in the worship center together, and then boys will be in the student room and in the 190 classrooms, which is down on the end of the building, past the student room towards the side where the Dollar General is. And we'll point you in that direction. We have lots of volunteers helping us. And then the other important thing about check-in is to turn in medication. If your student has something that they take at night or in the morning, they can't keep it on them for safety reasons. So that will all be at the SE Kids check-in area. And you should log your student's medication before the event. That's also in the parent email, or the parent packet, and we'll be emailing you about that. So update medication even if they've been to an event with us before, and make sure they get that turned in the original bottle and then in a Ziploc bag labeled, or we'll put a label on it, but yeah, just the amount that they need for the event. And then they'll get to go into the worship center and meet their small group, and we'll be ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then Saturday pickup, we'll send out a text when we're leaving the Blankenbaker campus when we know for sure what time we'll be back, but our estimate is it'll be about 5:20, 5:30 p.m. on Saturday, but we'll be sending out a text, so be on the lookout for that.
Next, packing list. We encourage every student to bring a sleeping bag and a pillow, toiletries, toothbrush, toothpaste, please deodorant, especially to our boys' parents. Bring a water bottle they can use, a reusable one they can use throughout the weekend, change of clothes, and then we love for them to have a Bible of their own. And if they don't have one, just ask for that on Friday as well. And then daily medication, like we talked about earlier.
So a little bit about the schedule. This is kind of an overview of what the event will look like. So we will get to the Blankenbaker campus on Friday evening, and we'll have our first main session where we'll have worship, we'll have a speaker, we'll have games and fun, and it'll be awesome. And then we'll head to our campus time in small groups, and so that's kind of the group that your student will get to be with for the weekend. And they'll get to just talk through the session with their small group leader and talk through some questions. And then we're going to head back to the Crestwood campus that evening, and we have lots of fun stuff planned. We're not even going to tell you what it is, but the kids are going to love it. We're going to have a blast. And then we'll head to bed, and then in the morning we'll get up, have breakfast, and then head back to the Blankenbaker campus for session number 2. And then again we'll have campus time in small groups afterwards and have lunch at that time. And then the afternoon will be activity rotations. So there's a game that'll happen, there's inflatables, there's a special talent that will be there that's going to be super fun. And then we'll have that last session kind of close out, get the students ready to enter back into their regular life. And then we'll get back at Crestwood, like we said, hopefully around 5:30 p.m.
Next up, we will not have MSM on February 9th because we will all need a very long sleep, and so no MSM the day after. Next, we're talking about safety. Safety is obviously number one priority for us, and so a couple of things that I want you to know as parents to make sure that you know that your student's safe. One, all leaders are background checked and completed ministry safe training, and they're all members of our church, people that we know and have known and trusted for years. Next is that we have a no students alone rule. So a student is never alone by themselves, and a student is never alone with a leader. We always want to have accountability in that. And then during the nighttime, we're going to have a security guard on site for the entire event, so that you make sure they're being monitored. And another great thing that we have about a 4-to-1 ratio right now, meaning for every 4 students, we have 1 leader. So there's a lot of eyes watching the event, making sure that everyone's safe.
And then we also have a Bible reading plan that your students can take with them to take the event home with them and continue conversations. It'd be great for you to even do alongside your students so you kind of know what they learned about at Experience Weekend. So there's a QR code here if you want to scan it. We'll also have different ways for you to access it after the event, so we'll make sure that you have it. That is all we have for you guys.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to your student going to this event with us. Really can't wait. Thank you.
Yeah.